Thanks for staying with us here on Eye on Ocean County. Our guest this half hour is Merzie Kant. She is the owner of Merzie's Glass Menagerie in Point Pleasant Beach, and we are making some beautiful, beautiful decorative items. First, I want to show you the fairy that we were working on in our first segment. This one here that I'm pointing to is what it looks like, and then the ones next to it, you can put some beads on it, Swarovski crystals, and that's just glued on.
Painted down, yes.
All right, so you can see how it looks. Very beautiful, beautiful finished project. All right, our next one we're going to be making is a glassed sand pyramid, and I have a picture of the finished product, so you can take a look at that, and then you can talk us through what exactly we're going to be doing next with this glass. There it is on the screen there. Absolutely beautiful, with shells and other different items that you can pick up just on your outings down the shore. Tell me what we're gonna. Tell me how we're gonna make this beautiful sand pyramid.
We start off with 4 bevels, and then all we're going to do is just foil them down.
Okay.
Around the edges.
Now, if you wanted to, could you cut these, or are they already pre-cut?
Oh, these are I get pre-cut, but I was cutting down my own, but that takes some time.
But if you're a beginner, this is something.
This is the way to go. Just pre-cut bevels, and the bevels on it actually allows the light to come through. Well, basically, this is what it looks like, and this will be the finished product on that.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Move these over to here.
I'll hold up one that is finished here. Again, this has the copper around the side, the tape around the side. Okay. Then the next step.
Then we need to pre-tin it, and again, we're using the flux.
Okay. It's called pre-tinting?
Pre-tinning.
Oh, pre-tinning.
Pre-tinning.
Not pretend, just pre-tin.
And then all we're going to do is just go around. Now, we don't have to make a bead on this yet. And then this is exactly what it's going to look like when we're done with that step.
Okay, I'll hold one of this up here so you can... So it's just finished all along. And then our next step?
And we're actually clean that down. Our next step is now we have to build it. So I like simplicity.
My geometry.
Yes.
Classic days in geometry are coming back to you.
Yes.
All right, so you need 4 pieces.
Yep. And so I taped the inside, but I also dog tagged it so that it'll allow me to put it together.
Okay.
And then all I'm going to do is make a pyramid.
Okay. Again with the solution and the first soldering.
For soldering.
Okay. Again, this is just gluing it together.
Yeah, it's attaching it. And then at that point, it will look, you do all the joints everywhere around. And at that point, you can take off the tape.
Okay.
Because now we need to do the insides.
Okay. So definitely need to do both sides. I wouldn't have thought about doing the inside.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So do the inside too. So it,
you tack the outside first, and then you go the inside. Now on the inside, all you're doing is you're fluxing, and you're just running a bead of solder inside, so that it's closed. And
then you're going to be putting sand and other
yes,
items
and
that
you don't want any of that to fall out.
Right.
And then on the outside, all we're doing is just building up this bead.
So I'm noticing there's a very pretty pattern on this one here. So how many layers does it take to get up to that pattern?
After we do this, it will look like this.
Okay. All right.
And
so
then,
are you able to get that? That's just a smooth line.
Smooth line. We built up the seam. And then after that, we're going to do
another layer
a decorative bead.
Okay.
And all it is just tapping, going back and forth, and just tapping and spacing.
Okay. Now, I saw some of the solder came off there.
That's okay.
It doesn't burn?
Not that little one.
Okay, all right.
And then this will be your finished product on that. At this time, you would wash it really well, and then you would wax it. I use a very good glass compound, and then buff it, and it has to dry completely.
Now, when you say buff it, are you using a particular tool?
Actually, no, I'm just using a towel, regular terry towel. At this point, this is that finished product of where we have all sides.
Really is very shiny. I wish I could get my windows to look half as good as that.
Yeah, me too. I'm busy at the store all the time. House
Right.
comes last.
Absolutely.
Okay, now all I'm going to do is just fill it up.
Okay.
And would you do the honors?
I will do so. So you have some colored sand here and some other shells, and tell the audience here what we're
I put sand in. I have seashells, conch shells, and in the ocean you find a lot of jewels. So I had put in a lot of beads. You know, all the little pretties to
just
give
to
it
make
that
it nice and
yes,
shimmery and to
yes.
give it a mystical,
Yes.
mysterious. Now you can pick up things at the beach. I see little shells and the like, but with craft stores or your shop, do you have the items that you can fill this with?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes, we do. But I like to give it a little bit of pizzazz, so some of them have all kinds of colors of the seas, you know, and that's where it's at.
And we have samples over here on the side of the table, and you have every color, purple, red, green, blue. I think I'm a little partial to the red, but the sand color one, which I'll point to, I'm not sure if they can, that one, I love that too. It's just nice, neutral, beautiful. You can put it anywhere.
Okay, at this, now we're doing the finishing, so all we're doing is placing this on top, and you just kind of tape down one end, and then at this point, you're going to tack solder, which is just to make sure it holds on.
Okay. Now, because this is the bottom, you don't need a decorative edge.
Oh, absolutely, you do, because,
do? Oh, okay.
because actually, since all four edges of this is beveled, now it becomes, there is no wrong side. You could turn it any which way. You can also, and you do the decorative solder and the beadwork on this so that it does look like this. And if you choose, you can also put on little shells on the top to...
Oh, I'm
Yes,
going to pull one
yes.
over so you can see. And you've got it coordinated too. Let's see, I'll put this down here. And you have a pretty red shell on the top of it. Love it. How long does it take to dry properly?
About a half hour.
Okay.
I like it the inside completely dry. I do like if I could do it one day and then wait to the next, I'll do that. Or you could just put a fan in there.
Now tell me a little bit about how you got involved with this. This is just absolutely so pretty, so pretty. And it's a different kind of hobby. You know, a lot of people like knitting. We mentioned ceramic.
Yes.
That is more mainstream, but you don't hear of a lot of glass making studios out there.
Well, I started in ceramics, and then I kind of outgrew it. It wasn't a challenge anymore. And I love color, as you could tell.
Clearly, with
yes,
all the different
purple's my favorite color.
Beautiful fairies.
And so even right down to the walls in the store, it's all different colors. And glass has that color, and it's very intriguing, very challenging. So most of the patterns of windows and that I make for my students, I actually design myself. They tell me what they want, and they, you know, and I design it because that's a different element. And
so
I just totally enjoy it.
We have 3 different projects that we're going to do here today, but going into your store, what else could you see?
Oh, wow. We have...
What's the most popular thing that people come in and say, I want to learn to do this?
It's probably the stained glass panels. We do start off with the 16 by 24 daffodil window, and that is your first product, and it has every cut you will ever need in the business, and that's why I chose it. It has all kinds of inside curves, outside curves, and it's just not straight lines or you know, circles.
You know, I think the appeal of a lot of older churches, and sometimes you get lucky in older homes, they still have the stained glass window, but people just don't do it anymore. Do you see a rise in this type of artistry, this craft that seems to have been lost for the past 100 years maybe?
Absolutely. Lately there has been a lot more interest in it, and I think it has to do with the glory of the glass.
What is it? What do you call it? The glory?
The glory of the glass.
The glory of the glass.
Yes. And when I teach one-on-ones. This way the student is very comfortable in asking questions and making mistakes, or friends, but I do have a
But you say you look forward to that first mistake because you don't,
yes, I do.
you
Yeah.
learn. All right,
Yes,
well,
I
we're going to
do.
make a conch shell next. Our guest this half hour is Mary Elizabeth Conch. She is the owner of Merzie's Glass Menagerie in Point Pleasant. Stay with us as we continue here on Eye on Ocean County.